All right, I guess we'll get started then. Let's see. Today is Thursday, April 30th of 2020. Last day of April? Yeah, last day of April. Hey, what's up, Pythonic Pie? And thank you, JB Pratt, for the subscription with Twitch Prime. Always appreciate that. Hey, what's up, Warnaki? Hello, hello. And I am Humitos. Oh, it's May 1st there. Okay, yeah, I mean, time zones. That's how those things work, right? It's still April here. But that's the way things go. Hey, what's up, Solace? Hello, hello. I guess I can do my usual like recap stuff, and then we'll talk about things. Hey, what's up, the Advocator? Hello, hello. Whoop whoop. Amita says, where are you based? I live in San Mateo, but you know, basic Bay Area. Can we get some hype in the chat? Right. So yeah, let me go over what we did since last time. So last time I set up my VM, which you can see here. I redid everything from scratch, and it worked way better the second time. I mean, I assume all the code that I wrote the first time actually made like a pretty significant difference there, because you know we worked out most of the kinks beforehand. But you know, reprovisioned this from scratch, moved it to the correct drive, did all that stuff. Last time I also leaked passwords on stream, so I set up a password manager like I should have a long time ago. Oh man, there needs to be a hype command. Yeah, there should be a hype command. We can add a hype command.
COVID started with Java.
Hey, what's up, Sarcastic Dante? Thank you for the resub. You're almost at 1 year. You're so close. But yeah, we could probably add a hype command. I don't know what it would do. The other server says whoop whoop. Wait, what are those emotes? Lasagna. Nice. But yeah, I set up a password manager. You know, did a whole bunch of, you know, setting up all the fucking accounts in the world. There's probably more. I know there's one that I couldn't. There were two that when I went to set up the password manager on Saturday, the websites were closed for the weekend. Which, like, why the fuck do you close a website on the weekend? Well, you know, cost savings, I guess. You just turn it off on the weekend. Oh man, but I couldn't change those passwords because, you know, their website was down. Or like not down, they were, you know, we're offline for the weekend. Check back on Monday at 9 a.m. or whatever. Oh, what password manager covered by the webcam? I'm using Bitwarden, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second, I guess. But yeah, I have recreated one of those two, but the other one, I couldn't figure out my old password, and the way their password reset works is you go on the phone, and you have to, like, talk to a support... I know because I've done this before, because I forgot my password last time that I tried to use this service. It's my, like, trash and utilities or some shit. I don't know. But... yeah, I forgot to do that today, and definitely didn't do it yesterday. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Hello, hello. Uncle Bro, yeah. But yeah, so I need to do that last site. I need to call the place tomorrow, assuming I don't forget. Arcagia says, rip your sleeping schedule. Still likes you though. So, there's some like bittersweet good news that's going to come out of what I'm going to talk about later, in that I will be streaming more and earlier, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. Let me get through this part first. So Bitwarden, so far I'm pretty happy with it. I have it installed in Chrome and Firefox, and you know, you can it syncs automatically. I've set up two-factor for both for Bitwarden, but also for like a bunch of these different services, and that all works great. I even found I have a Comcast account, even though I don't have Comcast service. So I don't know. I set up all sorts of different stuff, but so those are all good. The desktop app works pretty well. That's Discord. What is it called? Bitwarden. Yeah. So, you know, desktop app works well. I also have it on my phone. It's a little bit annoying on my phone because my like root password is really fucking long, and so, you know, tapping out a root password on my phone is a bit of a pain in the butt. But you know, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do for security, right? So, but yeah, have a password manager now. We'll hopefully not be typing passwords on stream. But we'll see how well I do with that. It's been a bit to readjust, to say the least. But yeah, let me talk about the code changes that I've done since Saturday. Saturday was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days ago? 6 days ago, something like that. Hey, what's up, Supreme Man? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Bumped some version. Oh, I think I talked about that already. No, maybe not. Modified some docs. I realized that for some reason I had forgotten to add Flake 8 to this project, so I went ahead and added Flake 8. I only noticed because I have an extra import that's doing that thing, so that was great. This is just a version bump. Not super interesting. Oh, Python 3.9 changed one of the AST types, so I had to go through and update TypeShed to support that so that MyPy was not mad. But that was pretty straightforward. And I had to fix PyUpgrade because it was broken. We did that. Async def was broken for this particular code in PyCode style, and it was because this code was written before async def was a thing, so I just switched it to use the async def regex. Fixed that. And then, man, I wish I would have done this earlier, because the number of times people have been like, oh, my pre-commit failed to install, and it told me I should upgrade pip, and I'm like, ugh. That's just the error message from inside the install. That's pip being dumb, not you. But this will make that go away, so that'll be nice. Oh, I'm behind on chat. Let me catch up on chat. Sarcastic Dante says, what's that to sleep schedule? Yeah. Ashaljan says, you got laid off? Yes, we'll talk about that in just a sec. Imamita says, I migrated from LastPass to Bitwarden and I'm super happy with the change. Oi, you're sharing your emails. Yeah, I mean, I'm not real concerned. I mean, you guys already know my personal email. You already know my GitHub email. I mean, this is my spam email, so I don't even give a fuck if you have that. And this is my Twitch email, which you guys already know also. So it's not like I'm leaking anything that you don't already know. Also, you guys can't see what my mouse is doing because it's behind this screen, but whatever. So, I don't know. Not concerned. Let's see. Ashaljan says, Dan, this is really cool. How do you set up Windows and Ubuntu at the same time? So this is a virtual machine. If you want to check out how I set up my virtual machine, the last stream that I did, I spent most of the stream talking about that. But I do plan to make a video where I just like go through my my VM setup in like a short 5 to 10 minute video. But this recap on youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode, shameless self-promotion. But yeah, you can check that out there. Oh, I guess I did upload these since last stream, so there's some new episodes of my little series where I explain stuff, so that's fun too. Let's see. Michaela says, I feel like I've seen posts about this one on the self-hosting subreddit thing. Oh yeah, you can self-host Bitwarden also because it's completely open source. Ashaljan says, any tips on how to set this up identical to yours? Yes, I will make a shorter tutorial because I don't know that you want to actually sit through 7 hours of me doing this. There is a shorter video of this, but I'm not gonna dig for it. but I will make it a video for that, actually, in case I have forgotten. Video idea setup. Oh, wait, virtual machine setup tutorial. What? Oh no! This is the problem with switching VMs. Fortunately, I have the bot also right here. Apparently I forgot to push the new video idea. Let me virtual machine setup tutorial. What the fuck? God damn it. Okay, anyway, I will do that the old way. Oh, this is what we don't have nice things. Scratch, wiki. I haven't completed setting up my new virtual machine because yeah, this is missing. Edit virtual machine setup tutorial. So that'll be a good one. Let me switch back to this one. The advocator says biometric factor, please. Man. Yeah, but how am I gonna do with a mask on, you know? Hey, what's up, One Yassi? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Saturday was sometime this week, right? Yeah, this week feels like fucking been forever. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Does Bitwarden use Semver? Oof. Pip being a pimp, right? Yipsman says hello. Hello, hello, Yipsman. Oh yeah, Salas has I helped him set up a VM, so he might have some stuff like that. Kayla says, is it true that if somebody calls you Tony, you hate them forever? No, it's fine. Hey, what's up, Excalios? Hello, hello. Pikazarinoff says, hi, love the stream. Thanks for sharing, and the audio sounds great. Awesome. Well, I've put a little bit of effort into making my stream, you know, somewhat professional. I'm not the best at it, but I try, I guess. Don't have it in my notes, but it's very easy to do if I recall. Yeah, we did. I think we did it on stream. Let's see if we can find it. I remember we did like a Google Hangout on stream, and it was super janky, but I think it worked. Oh, VM setup. Yeah, so maybe this URL can help you out there. Oh yeah, the advocator says page the on-call to fix this. It's funny because they disabled all my stuff for Lyft, but they didn't disable pager duty, so I made a page from the grave. Which was great. Why does this project use Semver? Right, Pythonic Pie? Does the VM persist when you restart your main computer? Yes. They're basically, you know, persistent machines, and you can start and stop them. I have 2 of them running. Also, you can run Windows in Windows if you really want to, which I do sometimes. See, Excalia says, how did you do the Twitch chat? I've been trying to get the chat, but I can't seem to find any. Oh, you mean like how did I set up a bot? My bot's actually on GitHub, so you can check out the code here. I basically wrote it from scratch. It's essentially an IRC bot, but yeah, over-engineered with async IO. Also, despite it being async IO, it has a blocking main thread, so it's I haven't made it truly async yet. It's it does not have fearless concurrency, but I'll fix that at some point. But yeah, let's talk about the thing that I want to get out of the way so that I don't have to talk about it anymore. On Tuesday? Today's today. Wednesday? Was that yesterday? I don't even fucking know. I think it was yesterday. During whatever. Yesterday, Lyft laid off 17% of employees, and I was one of them. And to be honest, I'm not at all surprised by this. And we can talk more about that as well. But, you know, it happens. And so I'm going to be unemployed for a while. Well, I guess I could get a job right now if I really wanted to. But I think I'm going to actually take this opportunity to do some stuff that I've wanted to do for a really long time, mostly for myself, I guess. And I've talked about this a little bit on stream. I think I even talked about this on Saturday, where I was joking like, oh, I should just quit and then do my own thing. The bright side of getting fired is I don't have to quit, and I get severance. So, you know, in a way, like, I'm actually kind of happy with the outcome. But you know, it's definitely gonna be a thing. But I think I'm going to be fine. Let's talk a little bit more about the like logistics of what happened here. So, I mean, I'm usually like reasonably humble, but I'm gonna be like pretty real about like my performance and, you know, how I see myself as like a you know, contributor and such. 17%, yeah, not 70. 70 would be like fucking everyone's gone. Warnaki says more time to bake cookies. You're right. I do have more time to bake cookies now. Yeah, so I'm going to be very real about my abilities as a software engineer. I am without a doubt in like the top 1% of software developers in, you know, at Lyft, in the industry, etc. I am, you know, essentially one of the best at doing this shit. And some of it is natural talent, some of it is effort, some of it is like the things that I choose to do in my free time, and some of it is just like, I don't know, I got fucking lucky. I guess probably another chunk of it is, you know, I'm a white male in software engineering, which is, you know, an unfortunate, well, it's shitty that I have this advantage. I wish that it wasn't an advantage. Like, I wish more people, you know, were not treated differently based on sex, race, etc. But I'm fortunate there, and that's a thing. And my performance at Lyft was on par with that as well. I was, you know, one of the most important people in keeping engineering working and making developers productive, and, you know, getting people's day-to-days to be as, you know, smooth sailing and, you know, functionally useful as possible. And when I was hired at Lyft, Lyft was going through a kind of tough time with their engineering teams. A good chunk of infrastructure had like just up and quit, and so, you know, Lyft was somewhat desperate for like people to come in and like fix what was going on. And I honestly love working on developer productivity and tools in that space and like making other people productive. I didn't realize this for like a really long time, but I you know, learned this when I was at Yelp and figured out that like, you know, building stuff, you know, building websites and features and other stuff is fun and all, and like I was good at that, and like, you know, I used to be a front-end developer, I used to do all that stuff, but I realized, like, you know, as I worked further and further, like more back-end or like more towards infrastructure, that, you know, infrastructure was the stuff I loved, and this was great for me. This was exactly what I wanted to do at Lyft, and this is exactly what they wanted me to do at Lyft and what they absolutely needed so that Lyft continued to be productive and successful. And I joined a team at the time. It was 4 individuals, and the infrastructure developer to feature developer ratio was somewhere around like 1 to 100 or 1 to 200, to the point where, like, you know, infrastructure was spending almost all of their time fighting fires and very little time building features or, you know, like setting us up for success in the future. I say us. I'm gonna say us and we for forever. And honestly, I still say us and we about Yelp a lot. And like, it's hard to shake like the difference between a company as like a family of people that you hang out with and like love to spend time with and like all that stuff. And you know, separating the God, I'm gonna fucking cry on stream. This is so stupid. And like separating the like, you know, personal and business aspects of things. But yeah, I'm gonna say we and us for forever, and like that shit's never gonna change. But when I was hired at Lyft, it was rough times. Like we needed to build shit. We needed to build shit fast, and we needed to get things working, and we needed like to make developers like not spend all their time fighting infrastructure fires all day. And I basically hit the ground running. Like I probably spun up in like 2 weeks. My mentor was on call the first week that I was there, and so he was like, I'm sorry I can't help you. I know I'm supposed to onboard you, but you know, I don't have any cycles, so you're gonna have to figure this shit out yourself. And so I just fucking did. And I remember my manager like 3 weeks into working at Lyft, and fucking love the guy. Like John Yancey was one of my favorite managers I've ever had. But John Yancey sat me down. He's like, we got so fucking lucky with you, and you have fixed so much stuff in just the 3 weeks like since you've started that like, you know, Lyft is going to be in a good place to continue if like this keeps up. And he was absolutely like he was spot on right. Like I was, you know, I don't want to take so much credit for it, but I was a huge accelerating force in making Lyft's infrastructure successful, and like, you know, not getting into a doldrum where everything was just burning all the time. Yeah, so that's largely how I got started at Lyft. And you know, that mentality and like fixing everything, learning how everything works, you know, shoring up the places that were the worst, and like making shit just fucking work was legitimately my job, and I was super passionate about it, and I really enjoyed working on all of that stuff. I, you know, in the same way that like I strongly believe that I changed how Yelp did development, and like made it considerably better and like much more future proof and like all these other things. I did a lot of the same things at Lyft. Like if like I'll just give you an example of like the last half that I think I legitimately did work. In the last half, I ported over 1 million lines of code from Python 2 to Python 3 across 55 services and 32 teams. In doing so, I interfaced with, you know, 200 plus separate developers, and work with them to make sure that these were rolled out safely and, you know, without impacting their numbers or their functionality or like introducing bugs or regressions. And, you know, successfully rolled out like all of those services, while working with a group of, you know, 5 other people that were also doing the same thing, you know, teaching them like the proper way to do Python 2 to Python 3 migrations, building open source tooling to make all of this better, working on frameworks that like, you know, enable people to add more sorts of checks along these lines, auto format code, that sort of deal. And that was just part of my half. I also took the, you know, the tool that more people in the company, more developers in the company use than any other tool, which is the dashboards setup. And the dashboard setup, like, honestly, is one of the biggest pain points that people have at Lyft. Like, they spend legitimately, like, you know, they would spend probably an hour or two, like, every other day, trying to, you know, update dashboards for their service or, like, change alerts or alarms or anything like that. And, you know, this dashboards repo, in order to make any change and try it, it would take, you know, 15 minutes to deploy to staging. It would take, you know, an hour to deploy to production. And if anything went wrong, like, you'd have to start over from the beginning. And like, your iteration loop was legit 15 minutes. And I took the system and I was like, holy fuck, this is a pain point. Let's like Band-Aid fix this. Let's get this working much better. And I got it down to deploying in 2 seconds to staging. So you could actually do an iteration loop that wasn't, you know, press send and go get coffee. And like, you know, people can't drink coffee 20 times a day. I mean, they can certainly try, and like, I'm sure that's not healthy. But you know, getting that iteration loop down to like 2 seconds to where it's manageable, it's feasible, it's it's great. Like that time save alone, like, saved at least my salary just in that half. But we'll continue to save like that amount of time and effort on in the future. And like, this is just like the example, like some examples of some of the stuff that I worked on. You know, I did another project in that second half, which wasn't part of my responsibilities. I would just recognize that, like, oh, you know, Envoy takes fucking forever to start up. Why is Envoy taking fucking forever to start up? I'm gonna go profile it, because clearly developers shouldn't be just sitting there twiddling their thumbs while Envoy takes 60 seconds doing who knows what to start. And, you know, spent a couple hours, did some profiling, talked with people on the networking team, like, made sure that stuff worked great, and like, and got that 60 seconds down to like a more manageable 12. Now, no one will really notice that things changed, because like, there's other slow parts in that same tooling and such, and like, they're pretty fire and forget on starting services. But, you know, it does actually make a huge difference in like CI and everything, and if you add it all up, you know, it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, and like, some of the tools that I introduced at Lyft will live on past my life, and like, that's the way things go. Like, one example is a tool that I made called lyft_VM, which I was going to give a PyCon talk about. I was actually pretty passionate about like what I built there. Let's see if I can get that up. There's like, yeah, there's a, you know, a CFP sketch around it, and I'll let you guys read it. But the basic idea is like, Mac OS fucking sucks to run Python, and like, lyft_VM was a tool that I essentially just like, you know, sat down for a month and was like, we're gonna enable local development for Python developers. Because before, people would just like spin up these virtual machines and like wait for fucking forever, and like, or they just wouldn't even test, because, you know, writing tests is too slow, and like, if I have to take a 10-minute Docker pull so that I can run a fucking unit test, like, I'd rather just like screw myself and push it straight to prod, and, you know, test and staging, test and prod. But so I built this tooling, and like, it quickly became one of the most used tools at Lyft. Like, this is how people got their job done. And I was really happy making this. Like, it was a cool tool. Like, I basically got to stitch together a bunch of open source software. Like, I talk a lot about it in here, like all of the different things that I worked on, and like, oh yeah, and it enables like IDE setup and type checking and like all this other stuff that people just didn't have, and like, you know, needed to get their job done. And yeah, but oh, and it auto rebuilt if you ever changed your requirements. That was pretty cool. It integrated well with pre-commit. Like, it had auto activation. It had good bug reporting. It automatically updated. Like, all this stuff, I basically built kind of a shell of tools that stitched together a bunch of cool infrastructure stuff. And honestly, if I'm gonna miss one thing that I had at Lyft, it's probably this tool. And I will probably at some point try and rewrite it and, you know, make an open source version that works similar. But the other thing is, I think I was kind of uniquely set up to build this sort of tool. Like, I drew a lot of the knowledge that I put into this tool from, like, you know, spending 5 years working with pip and virtualenv, and I built pre-commit, which does a lot of similar stuff with environment management and, you know, garbage collection and you know, environment invalidation and requirements tracing and all this other stuff that, like, you know, worked well. And I think from a technical perspective, I would objectively say that the last half of 2019 was my most productive half that I've ever had in any software engineering capacity in my life. And that's not even to start on the amount of like open source stuff that I do, or like, you know, the YouTube content I produce, or these streams that I do. And admittedly, it shouldn't really count those because I do those for fun and I don't make any fucking money off of streaming. And like, I make like beer money off of like GitHub sponsors and like, and Twitch subscribers, but like, that doesn't pay the bills. Like, and I don't know that I would necessarily want it to pay the bills. Like, it would be really fucking cool if it did, or like companies that use my software would like, I don't know, like throw me $1,000. Like that would be like kind of life-changing for me. But it doesn't really, you know, I don't think open source is really set up that well for it. But we'll talk some more about that in a bit, because I think like that'll actually we'll talk about that in a bit. I'm super behind on chat. Let me catch up real quick. Let's see. What a god, I love it. I do understand. I'm humble, but I'm almost the best ever. Yeah. Humility is basically my greatest quality. Sarcastic Dante says, who is making you productive? It's a good question. Who watches The Watchmen? Last week Digit says, some more infrastructure DevOps SRE style rules. Yeah, kind of. Guy VVV says, how's 2004 going? It's working. We're running it right now. I rebuilt this from scratch. I talked about that a little bit. Hey, what's up, Felipe Crespo? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. The Advocator was my mentor. Says my mentor was 6, so I never got to meet him in person. Yeah, I was Jake's mentor, but the week that Jake joined, I was like dying. So unfortunately, I only met him digitally in that first week. Hey, what's up, PC Tim Lee? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. You turned out all right, though, Jake. Arcagia says, that explains pre-commit a lot to me. Yeah, I mean, pre-commit is like kind of my passion project, and like it meshes well with like stuff I really enjoy working on. Breadstick says Python 2.6. Oh yes, there was that whole deal. Man, I totally forgot about that. That also happened in the second half. Man, that was a real yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's a whole story. I think I talked about it on another stream, but TLDR is like, dude like aggressively basically harassed me over, you know, a service that he was maintaining that he didn't even know was running Python 2.6, and like we auto upgraded him because, you know, everything assumed Python 2.7, and like he went on this whole like fucking rampage and like said some really shitty stuff, and like I don't know. We're not gonna rehash that. That was a whole deal. Nothing really happened to that either. Let's see. Encode Game says, do you have any sense why you were let go as opposed to furlough? You seem to be doing critical infrastructure work. Well, we'll get to that. I haven't gotten to it yet. Encode says, any good terminal debugger for Python on Mac? I just use PDB because I'm boring. It's built in. It's fine. And then 2020 came in, right, Michaela? Beer money is good. It's true. It does pay the beer. That's important. Solus says, in Python 3.7 or newer, there's breakpoint pren. Indeed. You can actually get it in older versions of Python. Then activate. So normally, oh, that's Python 3. So this is Python 2. Old Python 2. Oh, it doesn't support breakpoints. Haha. But now it does, after you install this hackety package that I put together. Yay, breakpoints. Anyway, that's other stuff. It definitely helps your jobs prospects, even if it doesn't earn hard income. Yeah, that's true. Hey, what's up, PC Tim Lee? Hello. I love this story. It's a great story, though. Yeah, the His name is literally Don too. Like, you can't get any more like gaslighting than that. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But yeah, let's talk about why I was let go and why I was not furloughed. So despite, you know, by every like measurable technical metric, doing exceptional work in the second half of 2019, I received the lowest possible rating in my calibrations. And I can make some excuses for this. I think there's some truth to the feedback that I received, but I also think that the calibration process at Lyft was not super fair and like, you know, resulted in personal biases over, how do I say this? Like, the calibration is set up in such a way that any dissenting opinion will bring down the rest of the group. And if you are in a situation where somebody in the calibration is somebody who, you know, holds a personal grudge against you or things like that, it will severely negatively impact your rating and such. Especially so if that person is your manager. And in my situation, that person was my manager. And so the tables were very much stacked against me. And what I was told in my feedback was that some number of people did not want to like recognize that I was exceptional as an engineer, but did not want to work with me personally. So despite working with, you know, 300 to 400 people exceptionally well, you know, a handful of people, you know, 10 or 20 people that don't want to work with you, and like have written feedback that they don't want to work with you, is enough to offset any of the possible contributions. And when I, you know, protested about this and was like, hey, you know, everyone has a bad day. We cop shit as part of the developer experience group. Like, people are constantly screaming, like literally screaming at us about the stuff that we're like, you know, we can't possibly do everything that they want always, all the time. You know, we can't build everything fast enough. If we had, you know, twice as many people, maybe we could fucking do your like weird ass data science thing that you've been bugging us about that we have no insight to and like don't actually maintain the infrastructure for, and like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
First time here, rough times all around. Hope this helps buy you a beer and or pizza.
Thank you, Barbara, for the donation. But you know, there, and in a lot of times, like, I was the front line in a lot of these conversations. Like, I was the face of this developer experience organization. I, you know, largely drove a lot of the technical direction. I, you know, built a lot of the infrastructure. I understood more of what was going on than anyone else in the company, and as a result, like, interacted with a lot of people that, you know, a lot more people than anyone else would. Hey, what's up, The Real Jake? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And honestly, I can be a prickly character at times, especially if people are being shitty to me. I really, like, I have a pretty short fuse in tolerating that kind of stuff, and so, like, you know, if people are being shitty, I'm just gonna, like, you know, tell them they're wrong and tell them to piss off, and like, I mean, probably not in those words. Like, I never once would use words like that in the workplace. But sure, I would definitely be thinking it. And meanwhile, we as like the developer experience organization would be dealing with people that would come at us aggressively. They would scream at us. They would tell us that we should cancel all of our projects. They once posted in a public channel that they should fire all of the developer experience team. An engineer legitimately said this in a public channel. And we're just supposed to, you know, smile, nod our heads, and like take that and like be okay with that. And I'm not gonna fucking do that. Like, I'm gonna stand up for myself, and like, if people are being shitty to me, I'm gonna call them out for being shitty, and like, don't do that. Hey, what's up, Para Purg and MF Nighthawk and Momay for you. Thank you all for the follow, and welcome. And like, when and you would expect, like, okay, these people problems, like, that's something that a manager should solve. And every time that I would bring up one of these situations to my manager, I guess maybe not every time, but a majority of the times that I would bring up these situations to my manager, the scenario would be flipped around on me, and, oh, well, you have to understand that they're coming from a place of frustration where, like, they feel that we're not being as, we don't have enough empathy towards them, and like, blah blah blah. And I'm like, sure, but this guy's being a fucking asshole, and you're punishing me for this? Like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. But I'm out of that now. So, but yeah. So what Lyft did when they fired employees is they took all employees that had received the lowest rating in the previous calibration. So despite my calibrations being strongly exceeds, strongly exceeds, strongly exceeds, strongly exceeds, strongly exceeds, strongly exceeds, and despite all of that, they indiscriminately took all NIs from last half, and they were the first on the chopping block. And then the second lowest rating, which is meets most, was a coin flip as to whether they stayed or not. And that's how the layoff went. And it's like, in a way it makes a lot of sense. Like, Lyft, there's no fucking way that rideshare is gonna survive this this pandemic. Like the rates at which people are taking rides is, well, I don't actually know the numbers because I don't give a fuck about the business. I just care about making developers productive, to be honest. But like, I have to assume that people aren't hopping in lifts, because I'm certainly not. Although I did yesterday because I went to the office to pick up all my shit. So that's why I have like nice little fidget toys, and like I have this like spinny thing that my mom got me, and I have like this my fidget cube, like, all my desk crap now, which is great. Also, I have Bang keyboard too, so I have my other keyboard. But yeah, I risked my life to go to the office to pick up my stuff because timing and such. But also, I was drunk, and like there was a homeless dude outside the office, and he's like, I want to go to Santa Cruz, and I was like, I don't know how you're gonna get there. And he's like, oh, can you show me on a map? I'll just start walking. And I was like, I'll just call you a Lyft. So I paid for my most expensive Lyft ever on the day that I was fired. So the Lyft was, I think, 63 miles, and it was $110. But whatever, made that guy's stay. So hopefully he appreciated it. But yeah, so that was cool, I guess. Let's see. The fact that was accepted indicates a cultural problem. Yeah, I mean, when I joined Lyft, it was not so much big company. This was also true when I joined Yelp. When I joined Yelp, it was very small company, and it grew to medium large company, and then the politics of medium large company applies. And so I kind of started over at Lyft at like medium company, and then medium company became very big company, and hashtag big company. But at the end of the day, like, I'm not super sad about this situation. Because so when I received my feedback about my rating, like, I was obviously a bit surprised because I had just had what I had believed to be like the most impactful half that I'd ever had in my life. Built some of the coolest shit that I've ever done, like moved a monumental amount of code from Python 2 to Python 3, like educated so many developers on being, you know, able to do that sort of work and like understanding intimately the, you know, bytes, text, import moving, syntax changes, all the other shit that comes along with Python 3 migrations. Like working with teams to be productive in this, you know, brave new Python 3 world. You know, taking a team that didn't have enough people to work on their own tools and then like rewriting their tools from scratch and like, you know, making dashboards deployable. You know, working with the networking team. And honestly, like sometimes like politics run a little bit deep and like there are teams at Lyft that don't really like each other. And historically, one of those teams has been the networking team with all the other teams in infrastructure. And to like take some time to sit down with the networking team, be like, I'm gonna help improve your stuff here. I'll show you what I've learned and like what I'm fixing here so that you guys can understand the changes that I'm making, and like we're working together to make this better for everyone and that sort of deal. And so like that, you know, that sort of that sort of collaboration was, you know, felt like a big fucking deal. Like that hadn't really previously happened all that often. Hell, I even worked with a team that like one of their engineers literally screamed at me in a meeting. And you know, second half of 2019, I was like, well, their team is running a Python 2 service, so I'm gonna try and work with this developer to try and repair that relationship so that we can, you know, be productive moving forward and like create a better atmosphere for this stuff. And you know, this guy is a prickly character, and that's fine. But after like we sat down and like I started seeing more of his perspective and like kind of understood where he came from and like his attitudes towards stuff, it turns out like we have a lot in common, and he thinks a lot, you know, similar to how I do. And when we're working on the same thing together in the same direction, like we got along great. And you know, honestly, he's one of the people I'm gonna miss. But if you would have asked me 9 months ago, I would have said, fuck that guy, and I don't ever want to talk to him again. But, you know, I certainly put a lot of effort in to make that stuff happen, and none of it was recognized. And even if it did happen, and like, even though I moved mountains, my manager largely swallowed all of that. And in a lot of cases took credit for it himself, which... that's a whole different deal. But we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, what I was saying is like, in a way, I'm kind of happy about this because, you know, after I received my feedback, I was super down about like, you know, continuing to work at Lyft, and I actually changed managers, so I wasn't dealing with the problematic manager. My new manager, like, you know, recognized my point of view. She's like, you know, you're right in a lot of ways, but I do think there's like areas for improvement here. And so we set up some time, like once a week, to, you know, work on this stuff. And I legitimately like was trying to like, you know, improve this situation. Like even though people, even though like the percentage of bad interactions that I had were probably like, you know, 0.1% or like one in 1,000. There's still 1 in 1,000 things where I could improve stuff. I definitely agreed with that, and like we set out to improve all those situations, and like I put a huge amount of effort in H1 of 2020 to make that happen. And things are going great. But honestly, as soon as I like understood where, you know, big company is and how stuff is going there, I just kind of decided that like, you know, this is probably not a good long-term situation. And then the pandemic happened. And so I wasn't feeling great about work, and I also felt like I was stuck where I was because, you know, the job market right now is kind of shit, and like like interviewing in this atmosphere is kind of awful. Like all sorts of other stuff is just kind of really messed up in the world right now. And so I was basically like, I'm probably just gonna wait this out and like see what happens. But if I get laid off, like I wouldn't feel so bad. And I did. And honestly, you know, getting laid off is gonna be way better than quitting because I'm gonna get paid because I get severance, which I'm happy about. And I at least have like health insurance until October and like the normal severance sort of dealio. But yeah, like in a way I'm sad because I'm gonna miss all of the people that that I've gotten to know and worked with and like all sorts of stuff, and like but I'm also happy because it'll give me some time to do my own stuff. And that brings us to the last part, which is what I'm planning to do with this time now. So the plan for me is that I'm not going to immediately try and pursue employment. I'm not going to be looking directly for a new job for a while. I'm planning to try and build my own. I don't want to call it a startup, but I'm trying to build my own startup, essentially. I've had this idea for quite a long time, and I've started prototyping it, and it's not very functional yet, but the idea is essentially going to be like take some of the tools that I've built around code formatting and linting and make a like holistic CI service to, auto format people's code on pull requests, or like, do caching properly, like handle private repositories properly, like all this sort of stuff that people like have to reinvent over and over and over, and like it's error prone. It's unless you make a purpose built tool for it, it's kind of hard to get right. And even if it's not successful as a business, I've wanted to build this thing for myself, even just for myself, for the longest time. And it'll save me a shit ton of time moving forward. Like, imagine this situation. Well, I get this situation all the time. Even on Precommit, which is fucking hilarious. Where like someone will come to the repository and make a pull request, but they didn't run the code formatter for whatever reason, and so their pull request is failing. They get this like big red blob, and I have to either I have to clone their branch and format it for them, or I have to tell them to clone their branch and format their code. And that never doesn't happen to me because I run all the formatters, because like I use the tools how they're supposed to be used. But what would be fucking awesome, and this is what I'm gonna build, is a thing that's like, oh, you didn't format your code, cool, I formatted your code for you, and a bot just comes along. I just punched myself in the face. Great. A bot just comes along and formats your code for you. Things like that are what I want to build, and so that's what I'm planning to spend some work on. And the cool thing is I'm gonna have a lot more time to stream, and so a bot just comes along and punches you in the face. Yeah. I'm gonna have a lot more time to stream, so we'll hopefully, you guys will hopefully get some more content out of this, and like I'm gonna try and like build, as much of this on stream as possible, which would be cool. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna try and time box myself to like, I haven't decided whether 6 months or a year. I'm not concerned financially for that amount of time. I'm of course like concerned a little bit. Like it depends on if the economy continues in the way that it goes. Brian SC says 5-second Google search. Somebody already built that. Yeah, no, I know about Prettier, and I know about their setup for this, but this is specific to Prettier, and not what I'm setting out to build. If you haven't seen it before, here's my tool, and you can read more about it and like how this is like slightly better than just using Prettier. But no, you can't plug in arbitrary stuff to Prettier. Prettier is one specific tool. I mean, you could write your own Prettier plugin, but nobody wants to do that. You can't just be like, I want to run black and like throw that into Prettier. It doesn't work. But anyway, trust me, I'm literally an expert on this stuff. So you can just trust me here. No one has built what I want to build. But anyway, let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Zin says, did you still have credits? I had some credits, so I didn't, I didn't spend all of $100 on a homeless person. So, some of it was credits. Should have called an Uber instead. I did call an Uber, because he was in the Lyft, so I couldn't take a Lyft home, so I took an Uber home. Which, you know, also felt really fucking symbolic. Got laid off from a Lyft, so I'm in an Uber. Hey, what's up, Toddy? Hello, hello. Spec says, is the title true? Which part of the title? The am I gonna do some and then some programming? I don't know about the and then some programming, but yes, I was laid off, and we are doing real talk right now. BeginPot says it's not about collaborating, it's about collaborating with the right people. Yeah, and not collaborating with not collaborating with out the wrong people. I don't know. Not interfacing with people that suck is what I want to say. Hey, what's up, Armwell? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Andrew Lanex says 24-hour live stream. I mean, maybe. I'm gonna have a lot more fucking free time, so we'll see what happens. Sarcastic Dante says my company is hiring. Nice. John Tow Truck says, what is this TLC? Are we talking about like how this has been drama? No, this is Alien Writes Code, where we sometimes write code. Hookers and blow, yeah, that'd be the right thing to do next, Reductor. Babby as a service. Babby professional version. Yeah. I mean, it's basically going to be pre-commit pro. That's kind of the idea here. If you're going to make a holistic CI system, can it not use fucking YAML pretty please? So, it's not going to be a general purpose CI solution. At least not at first. It may evolve to that because, you know, you essentially have to build an arbitrary code execution engine at some point, and the original, or like the first pass is going to be either like 0 configuration or you know, maybe 1 setting or something. And yeah, but unfortunately the pre-commit config is currently YAML, one of my biggest regrets. But you know, maybe I will take some time and learn how to write a compiler and a parser, and then make JSON 5 a thing, and then be much happier about configuration files. But I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Night Cleric says, just got here, we're gonna boycott Lyft. Honestly, I'm probably still gonna take Lyft. Just because it's less evil than Uber. But I don't know. I still use Yelp. I mean, I don't use it as much, but I'm vindictive, but not that vindictive. Arcagia says, aren't you terrified about having to be a client of Forge's APIs and their changes? Forge's? You mean like GitHub's APIs? I've spent a lot of time working with the GitHub API. It does change reasonably often, but they're usually pretty good about, you know, deprecation periods and letting you know if you're using a deprecated API. I've only been burned like 4 times, so yeah. Honestly, I'm really only doing like 3 API calls so far that I know that I'm going to need. But I don't know, that'll probably change eventually. Call the company Babby Technologies. Yo, that's actually such a good name. Too bad it's ungoogleable. Well, maybe it might be googleable. Michaela says this is why I'll never send a pull request. Oof. Ollie Bobby, I like it, 727 TF. That's great. Uranaki says no face punching included, right? Yeah, that's true. About just comes along and punches you in the face. That's something I'd like to add to our CI. Yo, if I could get punching in the face as a service, sign me the fuck up. Like, I need to send that after some people. Funky Stuff says, gonna write a bot to watch your stream and snipe your code so I can steal your stuff. I mean, go for it, man. The actual, like, important part of this is not actually gonna be the CI runner. It's, like, most of the important stuff's already built. But the, you know, the hard part is going to be the security aspects and rate limiting and, you know, network isolation and key management and like stuff that I'm not super great at, but like I'll learn some stuff along the way. Python Pie says, so you want to make CI server or CI tools? It's gonna be kind of a CI servery thingy thing. Michaela says, well, make sure you sleep if you're gonna do a 24-hour stream. Yeah, if I look super tired, it's because I didn't sleep last night. Which is how that happens. You know. Oh shit, I have over 100 viewers. That is wild. That's crazy for a weekday stream. I guess you guys all want to hear why I got fired. But anyway, I appreciate you guys all for stopping by. Make sure to allow comments in JSON 5. Yeah, JSON 5 has comments as part of the spec. It's basically this. You know, unquoted, bare keys, comments, line continuation, hexadecimal, decimal literals, trailing commas, fuck yeah! And, you know, JSON compatible. But it looks pretty nice, and I've been meaning to... I already have the name picked out, too. It's stupid and punny, but I think it'll be good. It's a JSON, but with a 5 instead of an S. To be my JSON 5 parser. Oh shit, thank you, Pythonic Pie. Just gifted 10 subs. Welcome, new subs. Damn. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is gonna ding for forever now. Let's see. I'm taking David Beasley's compiler course next week. Let's team up. Yeah. Yeah, let me know what you learn. If you have, like, you know, stuff that you can link me, that would be cool. Catherine says, darn it, got in late, we'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, the replay is going to be pretty good when that goes up. Michaela says, choke me as a surface. That wouldn't be Babby, that would be Daddy. You didn't get fired though, you got laid off. That's true, Specs. That is true. It was the result of extreme circumstances and some unfortunate luck. Retweeted your tweet. Thought at least you get some views out of a bad situation. Yeah, I've gotten so many views today. Still got the subs going. Nice. COVID, yeah. I mean, the world's a mess right now, and you know, if Lyft has to do this to survive, like, go for it, man. But yeah, I kind of predicted this was gonna happen. Oh man, I forgot to tell you guys about the fucking funny ass thing that happened right before. I think I have screenshots of this. Let me get those on the other screen. Oh, nope, not that one. Oh, it's on my other computer. Dang it. Anyway. So, well, I kind of predicted this was going to happen after they stripped all of our not legally required benefits about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But last Sunday, a calendar invite was sent to a bunch of people in legal and leadership that was titled Operation Jetty. And then mysteriously deleted from everyone's calendars and deleted from all the email stuff. And everyone's like, what the fuck does Jetty mean? I guess it meant jettison some employees. But, you know, Blind was apparently like blowing up and like, not that I go on Blind, because that's even more toxic than the shit that we deal with in real life. But there was some writing on the wall before anything happened. But that's yeah, that's what happens. Person says, so the TLDR is that big companies relies more on people that try to look cool to everyone than the people that actually do valuable work. I mean, I maybe won't take it that far, but it's somewhere along that line. Ethan says, wait, I can definitely work on J501 if you're interested. Shouldn't be too hard if there's grammar. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Should be cool. Lyft replaced with any company has to do this to keep the manager's salary. I mean, maybe. And thank you again, Pythonic Pie, who gifted another sub. And hey, External, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Specs says, I don't want to take my AP test this year. They're 45-minute online tests. And the AP tests were rough even in person. I can't imagine doing them online. How do they even do that? How? Incode Game says, wow, that's not messed up or anything. Yeah. I mean, only a little bit. Catherine says, one of my last normal experiences was Pi Cascade. A super nice Lyft guy drove me to the airport. I've been worried about him and his situation. Yeah, no, it's been even worse for drivers. Because a lot of drivers like relied on this as being their, their primary source of income. And I can only assume that, because again, like, I don't really care so much about the company. So I don't look at numbers or know anything about internal goings on. But I have to assume that rideshare numbers are 0 right now. I mean, I could even posit a guess just based on pricing of the Lyft rides that I took yesterday. Like usually it's about $20 from my house to the office, and the one ride that I took was 36 and the other one was 42. And like, when it's twice as expensive and there's nobody on the roads, it's not due to high demand. It's due to extremely low supply and extremely low demand. Kind of the opposite of that economics demand curve. Hey, what's up, Odatris and Epolinario? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Brian C says spyware. What spywares? Oh, online tests, yeah. Interlanes X says, is JSON 5 JavaScript but without the script part? Kind of. It's supposed to be a declarative format that's, a better JSON. JSON parser and JavaScript eval, yeah. Were you there, Pythonic Pie, when we rated somebody who was actually working on a JSON 5 parser in Java? And I was like, oh, you should just replace it with eval. Done. Gas has gone up a lot recently. It was $1.24 instead of 95. Wow, it was below $1 for gas. Man, gas is super expensive in California, but that's because California taxes gas instead of subsidizing it like the rest of the country. But that's a whole different rant about global warming and all that other jazz. Oh, you're right. You're in Wisconsin. Yeah, I guess when I went back to Michigan, well, this was the last recession, like a couple years ago. Gas was super cheap then. I think that was the last time it was under that amount. Yeah, I know there is a JSON 5 project on PyPI, but their implementation is kind of gross. It doesn't satisfy the things that I would want out of an API. It does work. It just doesn't do like what I would want. So like what I essentially want out of a parser is like, full round trip rewriting, preservation of style, and a way to access all of the style information. And if I remember right, this one like strips comments and like doesn't actually. Yeah, they use like this. Where is their parser? the fuck is this? Yeah, anyway, I did look at this already, but it didn't satisfy what I wanted. Also, it was super slow. That was the biggest one, but it doesn't do round trip parsing. So yeah. So this one is not quite what I would want it to be. But I do know about that package. Solus says, I told one of my thankful mentors during the prep course that eval could lead to security vulnerabilities, and they were like, what, really? Oh no. Wait, seriously? They didn't know how eval can be bad? I'm confused. Why though? Hey, what's up, Barency Hall? Who says, what's up, laid off? What happened? Yeah, Lyft laid off 17% of employees. I'm not gonna rehash it. You can probably like watch this when it goes up on Twitch later. Oh, and Pythonic Pie, thank you for yet another gift sub. Man, you've been super generous today. Yes, and CPython is going to have a new parser. In fact, it's already out in the beta. So 3.9 Alpha 6 has the new peg parser, and you can disable it and enable it. So, actually, how can I show that? I know that it breaks the PyFlakes test, so I guess we can show that. 3.9-m unit test discover PyFlakes. Yeah, so these failed tests are a result of changes in how the parser works, mostly in syntax offsets in error cases. I think this goes back to the old parser. Yeah, so the old parser is passing, but the new parser is failing. And this is like one of the main differences in how the parser handles some stuff. Like the errors are different, and some of them are like super broken, and some of them are, you know, some reasonable adjustments, I guess. But like one of them, the syntax pointer is out of bounds, like 20 characters past the end of the string, which is totally invalid. But some of them are just like, you know, it moved a couple characters over, pointed at a different part instead of before. Like here I actually think that the message got better, for example. Like the old message, wait, let me make sure that's the old message. 279. Oh, well, that's fucking helpful. $562. Okay, so it was 14 before and it became 17. Yeah, actually, this one got worse. So before it used to point at this argument, right here, but now it points past that argument. So I don't know. That one seems slightly worse. Non-default argument follows default argument. This one seems, you know, it was bad before, it's bad after. Not really a difference there. This one is just like, not helpful at all. Oh, actually they broke the text property of the syntax error there. That's a problem. This one just moved the pointer around a little bit. This one got worse. It used to point at the parenthesis that's unclosed. And now it points at the beginning of the file. But anyway, there's small changes like that that will, you know, improve, I assume, before it gets to 3.9 final. But getting close to Python 4, yeah, it's right around the corner. We'll see 3.10 Alpha 0 soon, so that'll be fun. Crosbo says, I hear they need to sell oil because they lose too much money on storing it. Yeah, that's why the cost per barrel is negative right now. Catherine says, it was a really good podcast. Guido said the new parser will create new possibilities. Yeah, I'm super excited for one thing in particular. Let's see. For one thing in particular, and that is we will finally have a with statement that is not stupid and annoying. We'll finally be able to parenthesize different components of the with statement because the peg parser will enable it. And so you'll be able to, you used to be able to do this with context-lib.nested back in Python 2.6, but now you'll be able to have nice with statements that don't need backslash continuation or weird parenthesis hacks to make things work. But I'm hyped for that. Oh hey, what's up, Davidism? Hello. Davidism is the maintainer of Flask, so we've got a celebrity in the chat today. I'm actually really bummed about not having PyCon in person because David's one of the people that I would hang out with there, so real bummer. But there will hopefully be next year. Hey, what's up, Gratsuko and Sion Ronin? Thank you both for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Spec says, Rust is actually picking up speed for some reason. Like, seriously, every single month I see a new project using Rust. I actually wanted to try out some Rust, so maybe I'll write some Rust soon. We'll see what happens there. Hey, what's up, Shalestorm? Thank you as well for the follow. Oh, Python Bytes. Oh, Guido was on Python Bytes? Or they were talking about Guido on there. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Brian's great. Mike's also great. I talk to Brian more than I talk to Mike, though. So I've been on his podcast a couple of times, and it's been a good chatting with him. What do we got? What do we got here, Sarcastic Dante? Create grammar. Oh, you know why they do this in a function and not at the module scope? Also, holy shit. I didn't realize ASN1 was this complicated. Oh my god. Why? Why? This grammar is like more complicated than Python's grammar. Jesus. That's the cell, boys and girls. It's all a mess under the hood. It's no wonder that there's like 5 or 10 bugs in TLS implementations a year with all of this shenanigans. Like, the complexity is absurd. It almost feels like they need to start over and delete all that stuff and start from scratch. Pythonic Pie says, I want to start an Ironpython to Rust converter called Oxygen. Is Ironpython still developed? I thought they kind of dropped the .NET Python flavor. It's like I guess I can just Google. Is Ironpython dead? I think I've Googled this before. I think yes. This is from 2016. Oh, maybe they're gonna... Huh. I'm surprised that they're gonna revive it, but seems good to have as many, implementations that you can do stuff with. But Gil says, I was subbed to the Rust subreddit for a while, and I'm pretty sure every single post was just, wow guys, Rust is so amazing and safe and stuff, why doesn't everyone use it? Why is it all in one file? Well, they kind of need it all in one file. Because you can't really spread a function across multiple. I guess you kind of can. You could split it up into subfunctions, but no, it makes sense as one unit, so that's why it's thrown into one file. Really nice comment. Various literals. Yeah. David says, yeah, I was looking forward to hanging out at PyCon. I missed the sprints. Yeah, the sprints were nice. I had actually, set up my flights so that I could do more of the sprints this year, because last year's PyCon, I did sprints, but it was mostly an accident. Because my flights, when I got my flights, I was off by 1 for the arrival and the departure. So I got there like 2 hours after the conference started, and fortunately had a day and a half of sprints, so that was kind of nice. Yeah, Ironpython is probably deadish, but it sounds like they're going to revive it from the look of that article that I just looked at. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but we'll see. Aaron L says, what's the plan? Looking for a new full-time gig or what? I'm not right now, but I'm getting people talking to me because I just left. So my plan is to try and build essentially pre-commit as a service. And if nothing else, I'm going to build it for myself because I've always wanted something like this. And honestly, it's basically what I built at both Yelp and Lyft. And to some extent what I built with like Travis CI and Azure Pipelines. But it's never quite been what I wanted it to be in either of those situations. And, for various reasons, like technical limitations or like feature requirements or like dancing around teams that want to do stuff in a particular way. But I think if I have, a good chunk of time where I'm, reasonably financially stable due to severance and stuff, and like, we'll have time to build it myself, and like, I think it'll be fun. Exit service pre-commit. So like precommit.com. Basically, someone sends a pull. There's something wacky with the node tests that's making this fail on Windows. Of course, it's always Windows. But yeah, like the core idea is like, passerby comes to your project, they don't set up the tooling, they make a patch, but they didn't run the code formatters or whatever, and this will be like a bot that runs all of the linting and code formatting and like auto fixes their patch for you, and that sort of deal. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then feels like the standard is actually C Python's implementation, not really a paper standard. It makes writing other Python implementations a lot harder. Yes, you're absolutely right, Arcagius. That is basically how it operates right now, which is also why PyPy is 2 releases behind, and like that's how it goes. Davidism says needs depend about like version bump PRs for pre-commit commit. Yeah, that's actually like I have like a little sketch, and like one of it is like a cron loop that does pre-commit auto update and then commits through or like makes a PR, and then it'll actually take advantage of the auto formatting. It'll just run pre-commit auto update to change the config, and then another job will come along and do the formatting, and like it'll just kind of work. I'm actually super excited about it. I think it's going to be really good. But yeah, and I'm gonna have a bunch of time to work on it, and you guys will hopefully be able to watch me build it as I do it on stream. Because what else are you gonna do, right? Solus says Node needs to update. We ran into that today on Windows with UUID. Oh, but yeah, this is Node's seg faulting on Windows. So unfortunately, this is not a pre-commit problem. The other thing that I've noticed is it's flaky. If I retry this test, sometimes it succeeds. But yeah, if you ever see on Windows a return code that's just like not between 0 and 255, it means that it crashed and just like handed you a long that may or may not be uninitialized memory. So this is usually just like random ass fucking return code. But that was the... How many failed? 2 failed. Yeah, both of the Node ones failed, which is, if Node's broken, those are going to fail. But nothing I can really do about that. Hopefully it'll fix itself. But, oh man. Yeah, Node's a mess on Windows. I mean, Windows is kind of a mess on Windows. I wish it was better, but it's the way it happens. Aaron Cial says, I'm surprised Git doesn't have functionality that covers that. So the nice thing is like most of the hard parts are already written. Like I've already built this framework that brings together a bunch of code formatters and code linters. And like this already works if you install all the tools locally. But you still want to validate it in CI, and you still want to like support the people that refuse to install the tools. And so that's where the like CI system kind of comes into play there, and what I'm planning to build with that. But yeah, like this already works, and like already will do your code formatting and stuff. It's really just like wrapping this up in a system that people can just plug into their projects, and like if they're already using the tools, it already just kind of works. But yeah, Windows is a mess. Yeah. Oh, the bot. Yeah. So I didn't do enough prep for this stream apparently, because we're running the old version of the bot that doesn't have the Annoyatron GNU handler commented out. So you guys are getting the the old version of the bot, which is salty about Windows. I wonder if it says something for Babby. I know it does for Nano. But I don't use Nano anymore, so oh well. Encode Game says, I feel like Python's great for prototyping, but feels like it adds a lot of friction to my workflow for anything other than toy programs. Any advice or recommendations? I don't know. I feel like you can build large applications in Python, but as soon as you like get beyond several files or like several interfaces, and not interfaces, like functions and classes and stuff, it's kind of hard to keep track of everything, and I find that using a type checker goes a long way to making that better. And of course, like, you know, your standard advice with like unit testing stuff and making stuff like, you know, work well. But yeah, tests, type checking, gradual type checking is a good way to get started with that. I don't know, stuff like that. Oh yeah, the Emacs thing is back too. I forgot about Emacs. Bot to Andrew Linux says GNU plus Babby. Hey, what's up, Nina? Speaking of Python people. Oh, it's got a little penguin. I haven't seen the raid notification. I changed that so long ago, and I just haven't gotten raided in forever. But hello, raiders. How's it going? Whoa. Wait, what happened? I got the raid notification twice. Double raid. How was your stream? What did you work on today? I haven't done anything yet other than babble about being laid off for 90 minutes. But that's the way things go. LineQB2 says, what is the color code for that purple? So there's actually two different purples. I believe, so I have it here just so we can grab it from this. It is this. Eggplant, yeah, somewhere near eggplant. Hey, what's up? Kotofu, whoa. Oh my god, my brain. Kotufa. There we go. Welcome. But yeah, I think I guess we'll write some code now. Oh, it means popcorn. Oh, that's great. Hey, what's up, AB Delga 4? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All right, so I think I'm gonna be done with babbling about my sad situation with Lyft, and I think I touched on all the points that I meant to. Hey, what's up, Kotufa? Thank you for the follow. One thing that I did want to do today, mostly because I've never done it before, but I think it will be, you know, at least somewhat interesting, is I want to set up a Hello World app for Heroku. Which I've never done before, but I hear that it's fun or easy or whatever. And I kind of want to build a Slack bot using Heroku, because we had this cool command in Lyft Slack where you would type /big emoji and then emoji, and it would give you the full size version of the backing image. Hey, what's up, Gilcrack? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But yeah, I kind of want to re-implement that for like the other Slacks that I'm in right now. Let's see, Nina says, I saw your video title. I'm so sorry. No, it's all right. I'm actually like, I'm actually kind of excited about this. Do you maintain precommitted.com? I do indeed. This is my baby. This is, I made this. I know you mentioned it in your talk, so I'm really happy about that. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I do. This is me. I mean, if you're familiar with other tools in Python, like I'm also maintaining like Flake 8. I might be also maintaining PyTest again soon. Again, I'm on hiatus from PyTest right now. I also maintain Talks. If you work on Ubuntu, I do the packaging for Dead Snakes. What else? I don't know, a bunch of other stuff that I always forget. Hey, what's up, My New Brain? Thank you for the follow. And Kotufa, thank you for the subscription. Greatly appreciated. Welcome, welcome. I shouted out in my PyCon talk this week. Nice. Did you do the debugging talk? I saw when you gave that at... Oh, where did you give it? I don't know. My brain's mush right now. But I did watch your debugging talk, and I was like, it's me. Look, Mom. I'm famous. Hey, what's up, YQB2? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. He's got his paws on everything Python related, I swear. Here, you're not wrong, Michaela. They used to have some bug that wouldn't stop your apps when your quota was used up. They fixed it. Oh, nice. Michaela says, I thought Babby was your baby. 2 babies. But both of the babies. Pay no attention to this little failed. It's not my fault, I promise. Yeah, I do have the Hacktoberfest tee on, the 2018 one, which is pretty good. Oh, Kotufa, thank you for the bits. 1,000 biddies. I don't think I've ever gotten 1,000 bits before, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, and Nina for the subscription. Yay. Oh, today's not all sad. Some things are happy. I did with some new and improved content. Oh, awesome. That's great. I'll have to check out the new version. I'll add a link to your Twitch next time I give it. Awesome. D-Business says, I was checking on PyTest news yesterday, but I couldn't find any updates yet. Good to hear that it might get resolved. Yeah, we're currently working with Core and the original creator to resolve the situation in a amicable way. Let's put it that way. At least Bruno and I will return to the project, assuming everything goes smoothly. And so wait, what is going on? Thank you, Kotufa again for 50 bits, and Gilcrack for 100 bits. And what is this? What is chat done? What is Hype Train? What is this Twitch feature that I know nothing about? Hey, what's up, Bert MB? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Subgift or use bits to get to the next level, and there's like an ominous countdown timer. What? What is going on? Oh, okay. Let me bookmark this in the browser that I actually use, so that I can look at this later. Done. Cool. But yeah, that's exciting. I'll definitely check that out. Oh no. You guys have satisfied the hype train. Nina with 5 gift subs and Kotufa with 2 gift subs. And whatever this Twitch feature, level 2 complete. I'm so confused. And level 3 complete? Thank you, Pythonic5 for the bits. Oh my god, what is going on? I'm gonna cry again on stream. I did level up. I guess I'm level 3 now. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, and Solace with the bits. Thank you, brother. You guys are too great. You need to get laid off more often, I guess. I don't think that's a good thing. My new brain says it's called the hype train. Choo choo. I guess so. Hey, what's up, OX Red? I was gonna say Xord, which is what it looks like, but thank you for the follow. Okay, so I want to try and set up Heroku. I created an account earlier today, so we're gonna get to see me use my password manager for the first time, which will be great. Which I set up after I leaked my password last stream, like a fool. But I think I just click this, and then that'll log me in. Hey, what's up, Dean Chivy? Thank you for the follow. And Pythonic Pie with 500 more bits. And Davidism with 100 bits. Man.
Party popper party popper party popper party popper party popper party popper party popper.
Yeah. No one has figured out that there's TTS yet, I see. I got a 2-factor now. I gotta figure out which of the like 5 2-factor apps it's on. Is it in Authy? Was it SMS? It's in Authy. Good old 2-factor. Look, I'm being safe even though I don't actually have any sensitive stuff in Heroku. And Gilcrack with 1,000 more bits, and Bert MB with 200 bits, and Nina with 100 more. Are you guys trying to fill out this hype train? Is that what's actually happening? We're actually, like, I don't even know what this is. How many levels are there? What is Twitch hype train? Hype train guide. What is this? Levels, goals, cooldown period. The hype train happens too often. Well, that's clearly not a problem. It's never happened to me before. Hey, what's up, Nocterminal? Thank you for the subscription. And man, Kotufa, you're just trying to get it there, aren't you? Twitch has gamified being laid off. Yeah. You need to disable the built-in password manager. Yeah, you're right. I do need to figure out how that works. But yeah, thank you again, Kotufa and Gilcrack, for more of the biddies. Oh my god, everything is it's just dinging. You need key pass XC. Key pass XC. Oh, another password manager. Okay, what's different about it? I don't know. I've been happy with Bitwarden. I've been using it.
What's this?
Yes, MathOX or Math08. You've gotten the uwus. Oh, why didn't it say?
Hi.
Oh, it did. Okay. Hey, what's up, OXFA Dead? Thank you for the resub. Oh my goodness, you guys are too generous. Too generous. And Unhot, thank you for the follow. And I think Kotufa put us over the top where we have gotten to level 5. But thank you all for making this hype train experience. You guys.
One show love, one show love,
Oh,
one
no.
show
Oh,
love,
no.
one show love, 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 one. Show love, one show love.
Oh my
show
goodness,
love,
TTS, what are you
love,
doing?
One show love, 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 one. Show love, one show love, one show love, one.
Oh, you guys get emotes from this too? That's cool. Thank you, Mr. Cartoonster, for the follow, and Kotufa has just gifted 5 more subs. Thank you. Man, everyone's gonna be a sub by the end of this stream. Jesus. And Gilcrack with 28 more bits. Is this gonna do the TTS again after it gets through all these notifications? Probably. Okay, I wanna get Hello World working. Let's see. Hello World Heroku Python. I hope so, right? Nina says, I need to drop, but you're awesome, man. Then keep making cool software. Thanks. I will keep trying to make cool software. I'm not going anywhere. I'll probably be able to make more cool software with some free time. Bang water. Yeah, I'm out of water. I need to get more water. I'm actually gonna go grab water real quick. I will be right back. Oh wait, do the notifications work on the BRB screen? We'll see. Okay, I'm back. What happened while I was gone? Oh my goodness. Let me go back to this one. Stream no keyboard. GoPal151295 with the follow, and David isn't with 400 more bits, and Gilcrack who subscribed with Prime. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. But yeah. Oh, this one doesn't have the water command. No. Let's run the old version of the bot, and we'll stop this version. That way you guys can use Bang Water. Oh, but then you can't see it. We can just apply this patch, and then we'll have the new commands. Yeah, we'll do that. Version control over copy paste. Okay, so now I should have the water command, which is not the nicest of commands, but it was funny at the time. But yeah, I have two-factor setup with Bitwarden as well, so it sends a whatever the Google Authenticator thing is, but it's not Google Authenticator because I'm using a different one. So it is two-factor. So every little bit helps. Yeah. Wait, what did you say, Andrew Lane X? I totally missed your message at some. Oh, you sent me this link. Maths. Just arbitrary percentages, yeah. Let's see. Bitwarden also supports TOTP. Yes, it does, but you have to pay for the pro version. And actually, I do have a YubiKey, so I do have a TOTP device. It's this little guy here. Little itty bitty YubiKey. I usually have to keep it plugged in, otherwise I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna put it in my drawer though. Hopefully I don't lose it. But yeah. Oh, okay. Chat is cooled down a little bit. We're back to normal land. Crazy. Everyone was bad about built-in password managers. I don't use any password manager yet. You mean like within the browser? I don't know. I'm clearly not the person to ask because just last week I wasn't using one. So anyway, I'm gonna put a video together about, you know, setting up a password manager, why you would do that, etc., etc. And that'll hopefully be informational, and you know, probably send it to my parents and be like, yo, you should really use a password manager. Drinking water is actually probably the most important thing of all. Yeah, it's true. Show us the back of the YubiKey. Does it have a little it has a QR code on there. I feel like I shouldn't show you that. Is that a bad thing? Did I just give away my YubiKey? Is this now a useless piece of hardware? Rip. You can host it yourself, yeah. Bitwarden is all on GitHub, so I can run that all there. LineKB2 says, if it's not too much, can you give me the other purple too? I can try. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Right control, print screen. Let's see if we can use eyedropper to figure out. Aha, I'm in paint. What color are you? Damn it. This is gonna be super janky. Terminal screen.png. So I'm gonna use tools that I know how they work to do this. So I know if I open this in Firefox, I can use the eyedropper. Open with... Ugh. So if I pull this into here... Well, I just crashed Firefox. That's a new one. Um, it mostly put everything back. Let's try that again. Okay, that worked. And then inspect element. I don't know why Firefox crashed. That's a new one. Oh, they moved it. Oh, here it is. Eyedropper. The 3.8. Oh, there's one of them. And then this is the other one. There's the two. I guess they changed the colors slightly from the one that I gave you earlier, but that's my janky way of figuring this out. You know, use the tools that you know how to use, even if they're a little bit wild. Let's see. Yeah, Kotufa, you were the hype train conductor. Oh, you get a cool little badge too? That's awesome. RM-R/star. This is actually one of my favorite stupid party tricks. Ubuntu Biotic. So I can safely run rm-rf no preserve root / and it, you know, spews out a bunch of stuff, and we're left with a thing that doesn't have a less. But you can actually poke around by using shell wildcards, so you can see, you know, some files that are still there. And bash still works because the executable is loaded in memory. Echo proc/star. Yeah, so you can see the proc file system. But anyway, you can still kind of poke around after you've deleted everything, and the computer still works. But it's kind of fun to to play with this. But and I actually have a script which yeah, this one. Add user space to container, not to be confused with babe.py. I can actually bring this back. I think I need sudo, I forget, I don't remember. I don't have that password in a manager because it's just password. But now we have ls again, and now we have, you know, let's see, lsb release. We have upgraded this. I think we started with Bionic originally, and now it's on Vocal. But anyway, fun with Docker containers, armorf / Aaron C. says, do you keep your SSH private keys in plain text in your .ssh? No, they're password protected, so they're not exactly plain text. Whoa, that's a trademarked purple, yeah. What is this, Microsoft Linux? Yes, kind of. It is, it's Windows, but this is a VM. Kotuba says, Anthony, are you on Twitter? I'd like to forward something for you, like I know my company is hiring. Yes, so you can, my Twitter is this. I should really make a command for it. I'm not logged in this browser. We're not gonna log in, we're gonna leave that. But yes, I am on Twitters. Justin Musty says, hey there man, how's it going? It's going alright. And if not, always connecting people. Yeah, awesome. Oxred says lol WTF. At me running armorf / or I forget. Oh, at my MS Paint shenanigans? Yeah. I would WTF at that as well. That's pretty wild. Miney Brain says, are you running a virtual machine with Linux? Yes, I'm actually running 2 right now. Due to reasons. Because I was grabbing the creds out of this one so that I could run the chatbot in this one. But yeah, we didn't quite get there yet. Today everything crashes under Windows. Yeah, that was actually pretty amazing. You know, drag an image into Firefox and we crashed it. But at least it didn't crash my Chrome, because then I would have lost, you know, Twitch chat, and Twitch chat's pretty important. And then I would have lost my spot. Oh man, that would have sucked. I would have had no. I guess I could have read it out of the terminal, which in retrospect, maybe I should just read it out of the terminal. But then I don't get the colors. Whatever. Like QB2 says, thank you, bro. I won't notice the difference because I can't see shit. True. Adrian Nice says there's a markdown parser that crashes if you use mm something /m/m. Fun. Which reminds me, someone asked earlier in the stream if I do web dev. And I do some web dev. I was actually hired as a JavaScript developer, front-end developer at Yelp way back in the day. But nowadays I mostly focus on infrastructure stuff and like developer tooling and productivity stuff. But you know, I've done some websites. This is the most recent one that I did, which I actually need to update. But this is a website for my dad and his books. But look guys, it's responsive. Look at how fancy. But anyway, I was pretty proud of the, you know, the various breakpoints and sizing that went into that. But it's the thing. Sola says, if you had waited until tomorrow, I could have shown you how to deploy to Heroku because that's what we're doing tomorrow. I'm sure it's not that hard. I'm sure I'm just gonna follow some tutorial and it's gonna work out pretty well. Code with Tony, yeah. You know, get drunk and write code with me, right? But Andrew Nice says, make your own chat thing. I mean, this is kind of my own chat thing. I guess I could color it. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool if we used like CSS, or not CSS, ANSI escapes to like color these in the terminal. That might be fun. Maybe we'll do that instead. Nano3113 says, do you have a MacBook as a doorstop there on the back? Wait, what can you see? Oh, you mean this? This is not, this is my Windows laptop. It's a Samsung. It looks like a MacBook though. Yeah, this is my personal laptop. But no, it's not a doorstop. That's actually my bed. Papa Satilli, yes. This is indeed Papa Satilli. That guy kind of looks like you. I wonder why. Hey, what's up, Paulo Lionel? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Responsive. Oh, I think actually. Oh, I bet I'm locked out of this now. Damn it. Hey Jake, can you go.lyft.com/responsive for me and paste the GIF? I really like the GIF, but I don't know that I have access to the GIF anymore. Oh, that makes me so sad. That also means that my links to derp and ham and cucumber and whatever the other one was that I had, those are also gone now. Man, the things that I miss. Oh yeah, the kid here. This is Daniel. This is my sister. This is also my sister. Oh, I'm really not on any of these. I'm on the back of this cover, but you can't see it. But yeah, rip. I wonder if you can see it on Amazon. Not have the back cover? But anyway, I'm supposed to update his website for his new book, which just came out a little while ago, but haven't done that yet. He hasn't sent me the assets for it. Also, they reprinted the covers, so I gotta redo all the cover images. But hey, what's up, Death Priest? Who says, Anthony, how do you write the code? I mean, I push buttons on a keyboard, and then it kind of works. My bad perspective looked like the floor. Yeah, we can pretend it's the floor. But yeah, I would use a MacBook as a doorstop. That seems what it's worth it for, right? Oh, you have the back cover? I have a copy in my living room too. I could go get that. Peanut Smasher says, are you starting development soon? Yeah, that was the plan. I was gonna do a Hello World in Heroku. Hello World, Heroku, Python. Getting started. Cool. Do a live reading. The books are actually pretty long. They're pretty good though. But yeah, it would take a long time to get through them. Also, the poetry books are actually pretty decent. I was thinking of putting like some music behind it, you know, like recording some songs with the poetry, but I don't know. I don't have. I guess now I have infinite free time, but yeah, that would be a thing. FD says, "Is this Ubuntu?" Yes, this is 2004. Oh shit. Sorry, I broke my fidget spinner. This is 2004, but it's also but it's also 1804. But it's also Windows. But yeah, it's sneaky. And it says, "I want to buy the message one and read it. Your dad sounds like a motivator. I like the story about baseball. He and your team always trying to hit, not walk to the base. And your team led the league in hits." Yeah, we dominated people because we played the game for fun, not to cheese it like some of the other teams. Like a lot of the teams would like cheese it for walks and like, you know, try and min-max the game, and we were just out there just like swing the bat and like have a good time. Do a hello world in Norwegian. Yeah, it's 2 Ubuntus inside Windows. Hey, what's up, ViewStyle150? Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Tiny says, "Bye, Anthony. I'm going to sleep. Good luck. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you around in the future." Oh, you got a clip for me before you go, though. Alright, I'll watch the clip. Rough Orca
Anthony,
baby rage.
How do you write the code?
I mean, I push buttons on a keyboard.
Anthony, how do you...
Oh, that's funny. Angel Linux says, "What's your real screen size?" Let's see if we can see it from here. No. Maybe from... Where is monitors? Anyway, this one is 30 inches. Well, I guess I can show you a photograph. Where is that? Here we go. This is a little bit outdated, but this is a 30-inch screen at 2560 by 1600. This is a 4K display that's 27 inches. And my VMs sit like up in this upper left corner. Rip pepperonis. That's such a good emote. Tiny Anthony. Oh no. Oh yes, this is Babby me. It was so hard to take this damn photo. We spent like a half an hour trying to get my sister to look at the camera. Look, Mom, I'm famous. Did I be muted?
Look, Mom, and I was like, it's me. Look, Mom, I'm famous. And I was like...
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like it. But yeah, Heroku getting started. I don't need Postgres for this, hopefully. Python 3.7? Is there Python 3.8 on Heroku? Heroku. Yeah, so this is just out of date. Okay. Alright. Where's view single page? Cool. Wiggle that Chrome window? Yeah, no, I know how this works. If we wiggle the window, it will oh, am I in the wrong one? Alright, there we go. If you wiggle the window, it'll minimize everything. I'll do it just because it's funny. It's like a really weird Windows feature, but if you wiggle windows, all the other windows go away. If you wiggle, they come back. Weird Windows features. What are my fidget devices? So I just got them from my office while I picked up my shit from my desk. I have the original fidget cube, which I really love the switch, and I like the little spinny thing here. These buttons are pretty nice. So I got that. I have a fidget spinner that my mom got me. which is nice. It lights up, but the lights are annoying, so I don't turn them on usually. But there's that. I have another fidget spinner which is broken, but it's actually better because it's broken. So I don't know if you can see, but like there's LEDs in these two, and there's no LED in this one, and so it's weighted wrong. And when you spin it, it like I don't know, gives you this nice like tactile feel to it. But I don't know. My friend gave me this because he was frustrated because it was broken, and I was like, this appeals to my sensories. Real well. And then the last thing, how do I show this? I gotta put it on a flat surface. So here it is on my 3DS. This ball, you spin it and it spins for a really, really long time. It's got like a gyroscope in it. But it's pretty cool. But anyway, those are my current set of fidget devices. Oh, I also have my keyboard. I brought my keyboard home. Well, both of my keyboards, but the meme keyboard, the 2 key, the 1 and the 0 keyboard. So I have that again, but it's really loud, so I'll put it away. But yeah, let's see. Davidism says, what project are you deploying? I just want to do a Hello World app. I'm planning to build a Slack bot, but I feel like that might be too involved for just today. Yeah, I have 2 VMs open right now. Let me shut down this one so I don't keep switching back to it, because I don't actually need this because I got the creds out of it. But yeah, I basically just want some like stupid deploying thing. Need a site for today in open source. Yeah, I totally should. So I've been posting these things as soon as, like, whenever they come up, because I get absurd stuff just based on the number of projects that I maintain, where people will like do weird things like, you know, paste 5,000 lines of output into a GitHub comment, or why spend 10 minutes looking at the documentation when you can open a GitHub issue, or somebody told me I should rewrite my entire project. So this one is fucking great. This was actually double whammy. Like the first, this is what I got originally. What is this? I don't understand what this project does. And then I copy and paste what the README says. Maybe you should experiment with language servers instead. Well, maybe you should go fuck yourself. But anyway. It's just like, stuff like this is just like slightly annoying enough that I'm gonna subtweet it on Twitter. But anyway, that's what this has been about. Oh man, this was a great one. I got in a pull request the other day. Feel free to merge if everything is all right. It's like, no, you don't decide that. I decide that. But yeah, maybe I'll make a little website out of that. That'd be fun. Panora says, where did you get let go from, and why, if you don't mind? So I talked about this earlier. I got let go from Lyft. If you want to see the rest of that, I'm going to upload this video to YouTube later, so you'll be able to get that there, or you'll be able to get the Twitch VOD, I think as soon as the stream is done. Sarcastic Dante says, I go away for a second and come back to fidget spinner discussions. Yeah. Remember fidget spinners? Man, it's like it's 2017 again. Hey man, they're still satisfying, I guess. Davidson says, Zen magnets are an amazing fidget device. I wear them out, pulling them apart so much. Are those the like little bead magnets? Because the little spheres? Yeah, these guys. I have a set of those. I think I wore out my first set. Yeah. I also spent so much time. You have no idea how long it took me to get this to be a perfect cube. But this is my set of magnets. But I also fidget with those too. But I think I spent like a good hour or so just like meticulously placing each magnet so I could get it to be a cube. But yeah, those are good too. The problem with magnets, though, is they're magnets. So when you deal with a bunch of tech, then you end up with, you know, magnet sadness. But yeah. Oh yeah, keyboard 2 is the command for the other one. Follows. Hey, Box of Ninjas, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome, welcome. I relate to those so hard, right? Oh yeah, my first calculator is great. Are they just trolling you? I don't know. There's so many that do it that I have to imagine that it's just people that don't really get it, I guess. Oh, and Stevo Bandito has subscribed with Prime as well. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you can get the VOD early? Nice, I didn't know that, Andrew Lane. Cool. Give a PR to Linode. Rate my perf. I mean, the discussion seems fine. Yeah. I mean, adding docs is always great. I always appreciate docs changes. Well, I guess not always. Sometimes when they make the docs worse, I don't appreciate them, but... yeah. Davidson says, when you maintain a ton of projects, probability produces a discouraging number of low-quality issues regularly. Yeah. Yeah, man. I probably get a, why doesn't Flakegate support assignment expressions like once or twice a day? Like that one is quite a popular issue. But it does. Just try the latest version. Parsa says, can you use all fidgets with one hand like a pro? I mean, there's two of them at once. But no, I don't think I can fidget with all the things at once. Hello again, Box of Ninjas. Hello, hello. Oh yeah, that was right after you subbed. I see. I'm almost caught up on chat. I was kind of pushy. Yeah. Steve Dito says, sorry to hear about the shit news. Saw the post about Lyft on LinkedIn this morning. Hope you're doing well, my man. Hang in there. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm actually like kind of happy, in a way. Peanut Smasher says, came for the dev and saw everything but the dev. Still entertaining though, maybe next time. Yeah, I will almost certainly be doing more programming next time. This stream is not quite what normal streaming is like for me. Okay, we're not gonna install the snap. I started doing this earlier. Yeah, so I started doing this earlier. I already installed the Heroku CLI via npm because I purged Snap from my system, so I'm not going to add it just to use Heroku. Once installed, you can use the Heroku command from your shell. Use Heroku login. All right. No, don't escape that. Node modules / bin path which Heroku login. All right, bravery time. Press any key to open up the browser to log in. Hopefully this isn't a credential. Oh, this is totally gonna be a credential, isn't it? Oh, I don't have my password manager here. Oh, we're not gonna be able to do this. Damn it. Close tabs. Let me do this in another window. Oh, I'm not logged in there either. Damn it, man. Log in. You can close this page now. Oh, that's nifty. That's not bad. Now I don't feel so bad about shunning Snap. Yeah. Is there a particular reason why you chose Heroku instead of DigitalOcean or Linode? Nope. And I haven't finalized on Heroku or anything. It was just something that I've never set up before, and I feel like I should know how to do it. And I know some people that work at Heroku, so figured I'd support them, I guess. This Heroku server reminds me I should probably do some reading for this. Yeah, Heroku is free. I know a couple of people that work there. Which is great. Hey, what's up, Scala Justice? Hello, hello. Tell him to put the quota bug back. What does this look like? Does it let me use Flask, or is it gonna make me do something else? Django. I don't want to do Django. Can I do not Django? Flask on Heroku. Whether you prefer frameworks or getting your hands dirty with Twisted. Oh, no one wants to do that. I just want... What if I just make something and see what happens? What is their entry point? Maybe I can figure out how this thing works. App.json, that sounds like a thing. Okay, this sounds like stuff that I need. Well, I probably don't need keywords or add-ons or env. Let's start with this. Typical Anthony, I'm not gonna follow directions. We're just gonna try shit and figure it out. Oh, proc file, I remember that. That's the thing that actually runs. App.json. Okay. You need a proc file. Yeah, that's what I figured. Proc file. Oh, that's not so bad. Does Uwizki have a wheel? It does not. So we won't be able to use Uwizki. I guess that means... Oh, I hate unicorn. Oh, look at this sweet baddie feature, sorting that 2-line file. Hey, what's up, Joey's CL? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there's a PyUSKey? Is this just like a rebuild? This is built from USKey source without any modifications, different setup to Py. Oh. Ooh. I didn't know about this. Oh, this is nice. Man, I wish I would have known about this earlier. Is it up to date? Yeah. That's cool. You don't need app.json? Okay, cool. Drinker. Who's Drinker Time? Are you a real person, or did you just invite a bot to my channel? All you really need is a proc file that runs to Unicorn with whatever. Okay, yeah. Casey Doak's Kenneth's place, I think, and she's awesome. Yeah, Casey's amazing. Oh, I'm really far behind. Let's see. Kenneth used to work there, yeah. You can use Flask, but their quick start is Django. Yes. Yes. Got an image for me. Hey, what's up, GeoTrek? Hello, hello. Oh, I see. Joshua Gallagher says, "Were you a programmer?" Implying I'm not still a programmer? Yes, I was employed as a programmer, if that's what you're asking. It's a repack by the same devs. Oh, nice. Why you whiskey? I've been burned too many times by Geonicorn. We're probably gonna use Geonicorn here just because the command line is shorter. And I can just do this. Oh, man, I forget how this works. I basically need to pull a WSGI app out of this, if I recall correctly. App equals flask. And then some stuff here. Well, this one doesn't have an endpoint. App.route. Hello world. I should have just copied from the Flask getting started. Haven't written a Flask app in a while though. Oh, this is almost exactly what I wrote. Yay. Okay, we good. This might be easier. Create app. I actually probably don't need the whiskey.py file. Oh, is it .whiskey app? Is that what I need? Let's see. It's C, aka faster. Yes, that's also true. What about wfastcgi.py? Right? Why not Nginx? Because I don't think I can just run Nginx in Heroku. Also, I don't know that Heroku lets you do stuff like that. Hey, what's up, Mustafa Hayati? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. G-Trek, that's a little bit weird, my dude. You should get that checked out. Angel Next says, did you know you can Control-Shift-Arrow, select a word, and Control-K to delete with Babby? Control-Shift-Arrow, and then Control-K. Oh! That's nice. I didn't know that, but I wrote the editor, so I should know that. Oh, that's actually... Oops. That's a game changer. And then you can repeat it, too. Oh. Man, that feel when somebody in chat teaches you something about your own text editor. Should just be Geonicorn app. Okay, cool. That's what I thought. App. If I remember correctly, we can run the local web server. By doing app.run. That's not so bad. Right. No return, which, if you don't know about no return, I made a YouTube video about it recently that you can check out on youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode. Yay, okay, that works. Okay, so we got a working app. Cool. Lambda gives you total control over your system, so you aren't limited. Yeah, it's true. I think Heroku is more designed to be Lambda-like. Listy servers are not super secure. Projects like Apache, Nginx, IIS, etc. can better handle all the garbage that can be thrown at your web server. Yeah, presumably Heroku puts like a load balancer in between you and the outside world that handles more of that stuff. JP Pratt says, "Oh wow, I love Bevy now." Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that that particular key combination would do that. Like, it makes sense given in tandem. I just never would think to do that in person, I guess. Kodir says, you got laid off? Yes, I did. Geotrex says, you were supposed to read that out loud. I know, but I've learned to not read your stuff out loud. In this case, Rogue's proxies. Yeah, I already said that. Cool. Nice. Person says that this is an end curses thing, I believe. Actually, it should be a terminal thing. No, I had to implement all those keyboard shortcuts myself, so not related to end curses. Well, I mean, partially end curses because it told me there was keyboard shortcuts and then I re-implemented them. But yeah. Track says, I made a simpler REST framework if anyone is interested. Pronounced RESTX. Oh, neat. What does your example look like? Huh. Looks a lot like Pyramid. Which is very, you know, take things as parameters and return things. Although Pyramid, God, the last time I worked on a Pyramid app, it's just so complicated. There's so many knobs. I don't really miss Pyramid. Although, there are parts of it that I really like. Like, there's parts of Flask that irk me a little bit. Like, Flask.g just rubs me the wrong way. But, you know, thread locals are always kind of iffy. But it works well enough, so... I don't know, and I use Flask for all my projects, so... It's just like... I mean, it's the same way that, like, fixtures and PyTest rub me the wrong way, but I use PyTest in all my projects. Chen Danieli says, hey Anthony, longtime lurker, rating from Ninos. Nice. Well, glad to have you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, somebody definitely put a bot for drinking in my chat. I'm actually reasonably hydrated today, which is good. Person also worked with Pyramid. Nice. Everyone has a problem with the globals for some reason. Yeah. Oh, context spheres would be cool. Yeah, that'll be nifty. Oh, it's your bot. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Nice. Thanks, Andrew. Why does it have HTML in the middle of it? Does this render for you guys like this as well? With the HR and the BRs? H1 and BRs? You got a bug to fix there, buddy. Oh, the other streamer has a custom chat window. I see. I mean, you could just send 3 messages. That would work, right? Just send 3 messages. Celeste says, I think it's kind of quirky and great. Yeah, and I'm just being a critic for no reason. Oh man, this has gotten way better since last time. I like this new coloring. This warning is nice and red. Seems good. Okay. Let us... where were we? This one. Okay. You know, have a functioning get repository that contains a simple application of runtime.txt. Alright, let us set up a runtime.txt. I assume it just says Python. Yeah. Is that the version I'm running? Yes. Hopefully that works. Okay. Deploy the app. Ready for this? Oh, fancy sorting again. And Vim commands. Requirement star, runtime, proc file, get ignore, app. Oh, damn it. Always good to have an empty commit before your first commits. That way if you need to rebase the top, it's not such a pain in the butt. Initial. Okay. And then what? Heroku create? What could go wrong? Okay, maybe this was way easier than I thought it was. Oh, that created the app. That didn't deploy it though. That makes sense. A get remote called Heroku is added. Oh. Okay. So now I just push and see what it does. Exited Vim with a legend. Right? He uses DOM Purify and Markdown. Oh, I see. So what you're saying is I can XSS him via his chat. It's not actually Vim. It's Babby that has some Vim commands. First07 says, Anthony, quick question. If I update my Python to the newest version, should I rebuild my virtual env? For example, when going from 3.8.1 to 3.8.2. Yes. You generally should, because Python is not binary compatible between patch versions and often will break things by adjusting C modules or moving around internals that don't import properly. And sometimes this will just lead to like import errors, but other times you'll get like seg faults. There's this particular issue on Flake 8 that gets hit on this a lot. And I've learned to look for this bug, just asking people to run Python version and then system Python -h version. Where is it? Issues, seg faults. When I do Control A, I expect it to select all. There we go, this one. So there was this like weird seg fault that we had a hard time figuring out, and went back and forth. It was like, how did you do this? Where did you get the core dump? What's the backtrace? Try it with fault handler. And then I figured out, huh, it reports 370, but you have 375 installed. And so, yeah. Also, it was funny that they were using dead snakes, and I was like, oh wait, that's me. But yeah, this guy ran into the same problem, but they were using 373 versus 377. But yeah, generally you should rebuild when the version changes. Pre-commit is actually smart about this and detects when a environment is unhealthy and will rebuild it automatically. I actually need to change how that healthy check works, because right now pre-commit wastes a bunch of time checking if things are healthy when it really could be a lot faster. But I guess I can work on that. I guess I have time to work on it now, which is great. But yeah. Strike says, can you explain what is a TTY? I forget what it stands for. It's like teletype interface or something like that. What does TTY stand for? But the way you can think about it is a TTY is an interactive shell prompt. Where like reading from standard input will have somebody typing on a keyboard, and writing to standard output will be displayed in the terminal. And in Python you can check this by doing -c print sys.standardin.isATTY. Of course, need to import sys. So look at it right one of these times. So by default, when you run like this, it is an interactive TTY, and like if you were to do like sys.standardin.read, and then type stuff on the keyboard, it will read that. We should probably print it back. You typed this. So then you press stuff and then Control D. You can see that like it read in the stuff I typed, and so that's an interactive prompt. A non-interactive prompt is, or like non-TTY situation, is when the input or outputs are piped. So if you're like piping standard input into this program, like echo hello world, pipe that into here, you'll see that it's not a TTY in this case, because the input was a pipe, it was not a terminal. So that's kind of how I explain it. Something like that. If you can break DOM Purify, yes, you can access them. Oh, I see. Culminator says, sorry to hear. Yeah, it's the way things happen. Look at all those patch versions of the dependencies. It made a lot of releases in the last 2 months. Yes. Neil Service says, why is there a random German word, Werkzeug? It means work stuff. Hey, what's up, Sandbox? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Almost time for everything to get major version bumps for Python 3 only. Heck yeah! I already did that for all my stuff, so I'm already there. Aaron Cial says, Nix seems to handle requirements pretty well. Have you seen Nix? Yes, I have talked about this a little bit. I don't really like Nix's approach, mostly because it feels a lot like node modules, and that's kind of a shit show. Hey, what's up, Linux How To? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. To-do comment here? Oh, did this work? Hey! It works! That's cool. What is this link you've got for me? Be on the server. Oh my god, really?
Used for military communications and commercial telex service.
Oh my god.
And what I like in this 5-bit 45.5, so it could do Bodo at 45.5.
So they put an adapter to a really, really old teletype? That's kind of amazing. Instruct says, and when it's not a T2A, and why the who command shows something else from T2Y? Oh, like who? The output here. Oh, this is... This is not the output that I'm familiar with. This must be the new like systemd who output. I'm used to it saying like, you know, on dev tty whatever. This used to work. Let's see what it looks like on this computer. Although this is a BSD machine. Oh no. Oh no. I think I rebooted this. That's why it's not working. Oh, I know what happened. I changed my Wi-Fi password, and so let me change my Wi-Fi password back so that I can connect to my other machine that I'm... How am I gonna do this? Change the password, log into the machine, change the password on the machine. It should kick me off. Actually, maybe I already did this. I don't even remember. Yeah, it's not attached. Shoot! That's annoying. Well, I guess I won't be able to show you then. But I will show you another cool thing that I learned. So if SSH is hanging, I can probably control C it right now, but actually, yeah, I can just control C. Maybe, oh yeah, protocol hasn't been initialized yet. Never mind. But anyway, if SSH is ever hanging, you can type this key sequence and it'll disconnect you, which is kind of nifty. But Guernsey says, why not input inside of sys.standard.read? No reason. Input would have only done one line. Standard.read does all the lines. It's just a silly example. It doesn't actually change anything. Sandbox says, follow for the XNT2I explanation. Hello, hello. It was okay. I guess I could video idea that one. Maybe I can throw that in a video. Video. Explain TTY. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Come on, chatbot. I believe. This is the part that's not async. Oh, seems to have worked. Good job, chatbot. Hey, nice. I have too many video ideas. We'll get there eventually. Do you mean just W? This is different too. This is similar to the output. I don't know. I don't use this command very often, but and I don't have other machines to SH to right now because they're all off. Let's see. JL says, in there it's code. You contribute to Python 2, right? I think I found what might be a bug in Python 3. Can I show you? Sure. Yeah, I have a few commits to CPython and to PyPy. How can I view this? I'm not going to be in the top 100, so this is kind of useless. I don't think so. Oh, maybe I am. I'm like right around... Oh, I'm like... Hey, there's this identical. I'm like right around 50 commits, so maybe I'm very close to top 100. But not quite there yet. But one day. Nix's launcher breaks Flask's reloader. Amazing. Love when that happens. Flask patch reversion causes breakage in development. Oh, this thing. Wasn't ICC'd on one of these? Was it this one? Or was that the Windows one? Maybe that was the Windows one. Reloader is a tricky little bit. Ugh. Yeah, Nick seemed to have reinvented a bunch of things, and in some cases poorly. Tilde dot, I'm still connected on Twitch, yeah. Culminator says, do you use a lot of object-oriented programming? Not really. I am more of a, like, procedural, functional programming person instead. But yeah. What is this? What is this tweeters? I think I found what I might call a bug in Python. When you omit / forget the comment between static and main, you get this inconsistent behavior. Oh no, this is implicit string joining. This is a feature. This is inherited from C, which has the same idea. Yeah, so Python has the same implicit string joining rules as C does. So if you have two literal strings next to each other, they are actually just one string literal. But joins, I guess I could do a video about that too. Video idea implicit string joining. Thanks, JL97. Boom. Oh wait, who asked about the TTY? That way I can put you in the video too. Panos track. Panos track again. Here's the link. I don't have a fancy command to edit a previous one. I should have just put that in there. Panos track. TRAK? Yes. Yes. Cool. Cool. How to write shitty code yet? Stilo Dev says Ubuntu, woo, love it. How you liking Focal Fossa? It's going well so far. I have a few things that are a little bit annoying that I haven't been able to explain yet. Like the UMask changed, which was a little bit annoying, and the colors are different. So these are dull colors now instead of the old bright colors. So it'll just take some getting used to. I've decided that I'm not going to try and fix them. I'll just deal. But in that, it seems fine. Human just says, when you create a table like that, it combines the two words static and main that don't have a comma. Yes. Implicit string concat is really nice for breaking up long messages. There's a huge PR in Black right now to do automatic long string wrapping. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I should do a video idea command. Flake8 implicit stir concat adds a Flake8 check for unnecessary implicit concatenation. Oh, nice. Oh, you found the link. The thing is, this doesn't necessarily include all of my commits because there's also commits that are made to other branches. Like I've made some commits that are specifically CPython 2 changes that aren't reflected in this. I also made some changes just to Python 3.5 and just to Python 3.7, I think it was. Because I do a bunch of packaging in Python and occasionally they'll backport shit that's broken and then I'll have to fix it again. That's the way things go, I guess. Culminator says, is all of your C experience from messing with Python? No, I actually did like 3-ish years of C and C++ before I had ever written any lines of Python. So most of my C experience is from C and C++. Although I have done a lot of CPython, so I do know that as well. The other server says, how did you fix that UMask issue? I just hacked around it. Yeah, I just manually set it to UMask 0022. I also had to change one other thing. This one. Because first boot, when I make this directory, it has the wrong permissions due to the first boot UMask, so I added a little thing to adjust the permissions of that directory, although I think this one has the wrong one too. Yeah, these are 775 and they should be 755, but whatever. This repo matters a little less than the other ones. It's more annoying than anything else at this point. Stilo Dev says, I dual boot Windows 10, Windows Subsystem for Linux, and Ubuntu 2004. I wish I could stay in Ubuntu, but I feel I need Adobe products. Oh yeah, Adobe products. Those are never coming to Linux. ANCL says, a prior employer, we flagged all implicit concatenation as a flake because somebody left out a comma, the code got to prod and broke. Well, that just means that their tests were shitty. Or they were missing type annotations. But yeah, we've definitely, like, I know at Yelp there was at least 4 or 5 times where an extra comma or too few commas caused a bug. Did you find any reason why the UMS was different? I started digging into it. I found this like long thread on systemd something or another. I put in like 45 minutes to figure it out and eventually was like, nope, I'm just gonna live in ignorant bliss and put this hack in my basher C and call it good enough. But from what I understand, it's some systemd change that was intentional. But whatever. It's so minor that it really shouldn't matter, but you know, I'm similar to you, the endless surveyor. Like I really want to know why it changed. I can't be arsed to figure it out. But this is cool. We got the Hello World app working. Let's see. That's not the right directory. We should just go to this tab. Yes, it's this tab that has the right environment. Do I want to do more on this? How long have I been streaming? Hey, what's up, Belagorn and Stilo Dev? Thank you both for the follow. Welcome. Mindful Fox says, no, not you, Anthony. When I saw that article, I was hoping you weren't involved. So sorry to hear. Yeah, it happens. I'm actually kind of happy because it means I'll get to work on my own thing for a while. It's of course like, you know, shitty in some ways, but I don't know. Requiring a plus for string concatenation isn't too poor of a choice. Explicit is better than implicit. Yeah, but the one downside to the plus is, well, I guess in the original Python, plus string concatenation wasn't necessarily optimized to a single literal at compile time, but I think it is now. Return hello plus world import this. Yeah, so it does constant folding now. And it probably does it in Python too. 2.7, I assume. Oh god, what have I done? Yeah, Python 2.7 has constant folding. But I want to say that the people optimizer is relatively, well, I'd say relatively new. Like, it's probably 10 or 12 years old now. But there was, I believe, a time when this was not optimized. I say optimized, but it's not much of an optimization. I mean, it saves a copy of, you know, this many bytes or this many bytes. But I guess it's slightly more than that. I don't know. But, yeah. The Jake Summer says, hey dude, I just started learning Python and recently followed George Hutz on here just to be in awe at his typing speed, which is probably how you got on my recommended channels. What are you working on here? So to be honest, today, I mostly wanted to stream just to clear up my real world, basically to make a shitty vlog that a bunch of people listen to about my employment situation. But we did do a little bit of code because I wanted to set up a Heroku app and see how that works, and it was way easier than I thought it was going to be. So, oh, this is cool. Oh, a bunch of you viewed it. That's great. But yeah, I basically just wanted to set up a little Heroku app and see how that works and try out the stuff that they have to offer there. But yeah, seemed fine. Don't dox my IP address. Well, no one knows who's who here, right? So it's fine. You can close that if you're concerned. But yeah, well, yeah, now that I'm laid off, I'm gonna be streaming a lot more, so that'll be fun. I'll be building actual stuff instead of just like, you know, doing a Hello World. Control L, yeah, I know. Or I could have typed clear or reset or like any of the various clearing commands. Hey, what's up, the Jake Summers? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Who's this webby boy, right? Web programming. I like how you slowly pressed enter instead of Control L. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I got you. I know Control L is better. I do know about it. I just, you know, in the moment, pressing enter a bunch of times was good enough for me. Culminator says I don't like my Python optimized. Yeah, there's some subtle bugs which happen when Python is optimized. There's one in PyCode style, but I can't figure out how to trigger it. Let me show you that real quick. So this attribute, when you run Python with all of the optimizations on, is always none. So this is always an empty list, and I didn't bother tracing it, but I assume if I trace this through that there's some bug there. Oh, what directory are you in? Yeah, so if we run this, it'll print the doc string like that, but if we run it with all optimizations on, you'll see that double under doc is none. And this is actually the default Python running mode for the Android Python interpreter that, I don't know if it's a standard one, but it's the one I have on my phone. But yeah, it runs with doc strings disabled, and then so a bunch of stuff is like subtly broken because people depend on doc strings in a lot of cases. And this is one example in PyCode style. But it seems to kind of work with doc strings being broken, but that's just because I haven't figured out what's working or not. But I'm a maintainer there now, so I gotta figure that code out a little bit more and be a little bit better about that. Angelina says, are there similar things to Bang Dollar? Yes, there's a bunch of them. I'm planning to do a video about these. Protypes, I can't spell. But yeah, I have this wiki page which has a bunch of them. But yeah, like the ones that I use are Bang Bang and Bang Dollar. But there's also Bang Carrot and like Bang 1 and Bang 5 and other stuff like that. But yeah, there's a bunch of them. Bertle Hurtford says, yo, heard about the lyft layoffs. Hope you weren't impacted. Spoilers, if you read the stream title, I was impacted. But that's the way things go. That is the way the cookie crumbles. But oh man, I've gotten a ton of recruiting emails in the last couple days. I guess last day. It feels like it's been a month. Or I guess it feels like it's been a week. It feels like the pandemic has been like a year. But such is life, I guess. But I don't know. I'm running out of steam, so I'm probably gonna wrap things up and then send you guys off to another channel. I'd love to chat more, but I'm starting to get a headache, so I think I need to lay down. I didn't get any sleep last night. I'm gonna try and get some sleep tonight, and I'll be back tomorrow, probably streaming. But yeah, let me do my little spiel, and then we'll find a channel to send you guys off to. Yeah, so I usually upload all of my previous content to YouTube along with Twitch, and that's youtube.com/AnthonyWritesCode. I've also been working on this in my opinion, really cool little series where I do short explanations of stuff and like explain, you know, concepts in Python or shells or Git or other stuff like that. I'm pretty proud of this, so check those out if you guys haven't yet. But they're pretty nice. Quarantine time doesn't flow like normal time. Yeah, we're like stuck in a fucking Groundhog Day forever. Catherine says, hope you have a good evening. Tomorrow's a new day. Indeed it is. Goodbye, Mindful Fox. Thanks for stopping by as well. Yeah, and I usually stream on Saturdays at 11 a.m. I announced those in two places. One of them is on Discord, which is linked in the chat, and the other is on Twitter, and my Twitter's different than my Twitch. It's Code with Anthony, not Anthony Writes Code, because Twitter has a character limit, and Anthony Writes COD isn't quite as good. The layoffs happened yesterday, Andrew. So, but anyway, thank you all for stopping by. Let's go find someone to raid. Let's see if there's anyone in live coders. Oh, there's a bunch of people online right now.
For why I should leave.
Let's see. Game dev. Game dev. Oh, this guy's fun. Might check his channel out. You're playing games.
Esse parâmetro aqui a gente
Oh, not English. Oh, that's me.
To make visual novels.
More games. I guess I can raid Primogen. Tell him to use Babby.
Oh no, my wife has a bad headache. Uh-oh, people. I think this might
Alright.
have to be...
Soul raid him. Say hi. Be nice, you know, the whole deal. I know he belongs to the Church of Him. That's why I was joking about Babby. Last time when we talked about like I was working on a nano clone, he was very he had words. But anyway, have fun. See you guys around. Thanks for stopping by, making me feel better about my day. And I'll hopefully see you guys around in the future.